So let's move on to the camera. I'll turn it over to the back here, and it ships with a 5-megapixel camera. Autofocus camera, also has a flash, and this camera captures 720p HD video, so definitely some good specs there. These 3 dots on the bottom, those are for the multimedia / charging dock that ship with the phone. We'll talk about that later, but this is just the camera, 5-megapixel camera, flash. It also has a front-facing camera right there. Also, if you're interested, I've had some people ask me about this, it does also have an LED notification light, so if you get messages or emails, it'll flash right about here, I think it is. So it does have an LED notification light. This front-facing camera is a VGA camera, so not HD video, but you'll typically just use it for video chatting, so it's perfectly fine quality. Now the 5-megapixel camera, I've been impressed with it so far, and the nice thing that HTC has added is a couple of the features that were really big selling points with the MyTouch 4G slide. If you know anything about that, that phone really had some pretty advanced camera features, and this phone also has some of those same advanced camera features. So we'll put this in the shot just so the camera has something to focus on. These are the earbuds that ship with the phone, which again we'll talk about later on. So if we go to scenes here, you can see it has portrait landscape, which is pretty standard for most cell phones, but also has action bursts. So if you're watching, if you want to capture pictures of a sports game or just your kids that are running around, it'll quickly take, I think, about 5 pictures, just one right after the other, and then you can pick the best one, the one that has the shot that you really want. Panorama mode, backlight HDR, we all know what that feature is. That's what ships with the iPhone. So HDR, it'll take 3 photos and then it'll pick the best one based on the lighting and the additional rendering that the camera adds. Close-up and then low light. So some of these really advanced features that don't come with every phone, and it's nice to have those. And then beyond that, HTC's added some sort of filters. So we have this distortion filter, which is kind of fun, to mess around with. Vignette, hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Dots, you can kind of add. So kind of just some interesting features here that are interesting to kind of play around with. You can kind of get some interesting effects. I do have some pictures, and so you'll be able to take a look at the quality, how the camera takes photos. We'll start off first of all comparing 2 pictures, one that I took just normally and then one that I took with HDR turned on. And there's some subtle differences here. You may not be able to see the difference, but there are some subtle differences here. The greens are slightly greener. The concrete just kind of stands out more when you look at that sidewalk. And also just the detail on the leaves and the trees and the branches. It just seems to really stand out. Now, it's not a huge difference, and you would be perfectly satisfied with the first picture, but just with that HDR turned on, it definitely adds a lot. So those features are nice, and you can see just some of the effects that I've used and kind of how you can get some interesting results. So the camera has been great. Still pictures are great. It's nice that HTC added those advanced features that you don't get on a lot of devices. And then the 720p HD video capture, that's an added bonus. So I have an HD video sample. I'll show that to you guys right now so you can see what the video quality is like. Hey guys, how's it going? I'm sitting from PhoneDog.com, and I'm testing out the 720p HD video capture using the HTC Rhyme from Verizon Wireless. So this is with full HD 720p, and so you can see the greens there, concrete. It's a pretty clear day, so you can see the blue sky there, the trees. And then I'll post this, upload it to YouTube, and we'll see what it looks like. So it says HD video using the HTC Rhyme from Verizon Wireless. Okay, so now let's move on to the specialized aspects of this phone. HTC is really targeting a specific type of person whenever they built this phone. As you can see, it's plum colored, only certain kind of people are going to like that. They've also said that the physical design of it has also been customized for this device and for the type of person they're targeting. In terms of the hardware, I haven't really noticed any difference. I did notice that it felt a lot slimmer. However, once I looked at the numbers, it's not any thinner than any phone. It's about 0.4 inches thick, which is pretty standard. That's about the thickness of the iPhone, other popular smartphones on the market right now. So not any thinner. You know, I couldn't really notice any difference. The hardware design seemed to be exactly the same as every other device. It does have this soft touch coating on the back here, which, I don't know, to me felt a little bit softer, but, you know, maybe that's just me trying to, you know, kind of buying into what HTC has said. So hardware, I don't know, HTC says it's specialized, but I haven't really noticed anything. Now, you do get a lot of accessories with this device. So you saw the earbuds earlier. These are the earbuds that ship with the device. You can see they're pretty nice. So you have these special in-ear tips, and they ship with 2 other tips, so 3 tips total. These are the smallest ones because I have really small ears. And then you have a medium size and a larger size. Also, this is a non-tangling cord, so you know, if you get it in your purse and it's kind of just messing around, you can mess it up all you want, but it's not going to tangle, so that's pretty nice. Sound quality has been pretty good with these earbuds. You know, they're not the best. I do kind of get that tin can feeling, but still, you know, considering that came with, you know, a smartphone, the sound quality was pretty good. Along with that, you do get this media dock as well that can also act as a charger. The dock I was very impressed with. You know, it's just a standard dock that you can buy for any phone, but the fact that it comes with the device is very nice. And so it acts as a charger, but you don't have to plug in your phone. You can just simply put it on there and it will charge it, and then it will play music, or you can put it into calendar mode, whichever mode you want to put it in. And it not only plays music, you know, from, you know, songs that you have actually on your phone, but I use Slacker Radio, and I just use that to play music. The dock has built-in speakers, and the speakers sounded really good. Again, you know, just the same as the earbuds. I did get that tin can effect. You know, it wasn't excellent. The bass, you know, kind of suffered a little bit, but still, you know, great speakers considering it's basically free. You know, it comes with the device. Very impressed by that. On the back here, it has the micro USB port, so you simply use the cable, and you can use the data cable that comes with the phone. Use the cable there, and then plug in the USB end into your computer, and you can use it for charging as well as listening to music, or, you know, in calendar mode. So that's the dock. Very convenient. I like it. Haven't had any problems with it. Now, probably the most hyped feature of this phone is the charm, and let me get all of this out of the way so that we can focus on the charm, because this is one of those features, you know, from the very beginning, you know, first hearing rumors about this device, it's one thing that we definitely knew about. HTC has made a pretty big deal about it, the charm. So what you do is you plug this into the 3.5mm headphone jack, and as far as we know, this will only work with the HTC Rhyme, so you can't plug this into another phone and it won't work if you try that. So it's only with the Rhyme. So you plug it into the 3.5mm headphone jack, and then you can have this in your purse, you know, or wherever, and then you can have this hanging out of your purse. You can use this to kind of clip it around, that way it doesn't just fall back in your purse. Use that to clip it around, and then whenever you get any calls, it will light up. If you have missed text messages, voicemails, missed calls, it will light up. So I've had some people asking me to give a demo of how this works, so I will send a text message to the Rhyme so you can see how it works. So I just sent a quick text. Okay, so it makes a noise, but you know, if you had it on silent, you wouldn't hear that. But you can see the charm also lights up. As you can see, kind of a long interval, but I'll talk about that later. So that's if you get a text message. Now, let me clear that out. Okay, now if you get a call, I will call this person. And it will ring, hopefully. Okay, and there you can see it lighting up. So whenever someone's calling you, it lights up, it blinks faster than it does as if you just have a missed call. So you can see it's blinking pretty quickly. And then if I hang up, and now we have a missed call, and you can see it slows down, but it still blinks. So kind of, you know, different intervals depending on, you know, what it actually is that the phone is trying to tell you about. So that's basically how the charm works. I do have, you know, a couple of things that I wish HTC had done differently with the charm, and I understand that this is basically their first go with this kind of, you know, accessory. But I do wish that they had more options. So you can go to, you know, certain options here. You can change notifications. So you can turn off the charm lighting up for a message, or charm lighting up for a phone call, or a visual voicemail. But that's pretty much it. Outside of that, you don't have a whole lot of options. I would like to see maybe it would light up for whenever I get a tweet, you know, if I have an @reply on Twitter. And I think that's possible because the Rhyme ships with HTC's personal Twitter app called Peep. That's one of HTC's apps, so it seems like it'd be possible for HTC to add that feature. I wish they could do that for Twitter or Facebook. That would be nice. I also wish that it would blink faster. You know, as slow as it blinks, you'd have to look at it for a couple of seconds, you know, in order to see if you get a notification. Now, I know that's kind of being picky, but it is one of those things. I used this for a couple of days, and it was one thing that I noticed that it would be really helpful if it blinked faster. So basically, is the charm useful? Yeah, I do think it is. I wish they had made some changes, but it is pretty useful. You know, maybe, you know, how I was saying it blinks too slow, maybe if it just stayed on, you know, if I have a call, if it could just stay on, that way I don't have to look at it for so long. So if you're in a meeting and your ringer is off, this definitely will help. You know, you can just kind of have it either, you know, hanging out of your purse or just on your desk like that, and then you can see it blinking. If it's in your purse, I don't see it actually, you know, if I'm out and about and I'm just walking around, it wasn't that helpful because I still have to look down in order to look at the light, and I have to look down for a couple of seconds in order to see if it's actually blinking. So I'm like walking around and I'm, you know, looking down. I might as well just get my phone out. So walking around, you know, using it when it's in my purse, not very helpful. But if you're in a meeting, you know, maybe like I said, you know, just set it on your desk, then it could be helpful. So that's the charm, the earbuds, and then the media dock. All of this comes with the phone in the box. You don't have to pay extra for them. It just comes right out of the box. And you know, overall, I'm pretty satisfied with them. You know, not perfect. The earbuds, not the best in the world. You know, sound for the dock and the earbuds could have been better. But you know, considering they come out of the box, definitely better than what you get with any other phone on the market. These accessories are better than what you get with any other phone on the market out of the box. So when I first heard about the Rhyme, read about it, HTC announced it, you know, I was kind of skeptical because I thought, okay, you know, that's fine if you want to make a phone for women or, you know, feminine people, but it kind of just seemed like they were just trying to sell something. You know, the phone didn't look any different. Earbuds are just earbuds. You know, the charm seemed like, you know, just something to sell. I was very skeptical and cynical, you know, when I first heard about it, but after using it, it's a great phone. It performs very well. That 1 GHz processor, it does a great job. The plum, it's a great color. I like the color. And I do love the accessories. These aren't just typical earbuds that you get with every other phone. This is, you know, these are high quality accessories that you get. So it's a great phone, and I've been very impressed with it. The accessories are great, and overall I would recommend it. So check it out at your local Verizon store. It's the HTC Rhyme. Thanks guys for watching. If you'd like to follow me on Twitter, my screen name is It's My Job to Know. And you can ask me any questions or just chat if you want to. But thanks guys for watching this review. I'm Sydney from PhoneDog.com, and I'll see you guys later.